Yeah, it's a very serious situation. The president's illness right now tells us what this campaign was all about. It was always about the coronavirus. I mean, it's always about this, not only his handling of it, but the economic consequences of it, and the public health consequences of it, and it's all coming home to roost. Look, I just worry about the national security establishment, the chain of command. Everybody who's in the chain of command should be quarantining themselves right now. I mean, who would have imagined that the White House is the number one hotspot for coronavirus in the United States? So, look, I think he's going to get very ill on this one, and as your people pointed out in the backstory, he's in a very high-risk area. He's not an athlete or anything like that. I don't regard golf as real sport. It's too much fun. And so he's going to get pretty ill. Now, what's bothering everybody, I've been monitoring the news all over America today and last night, is that the American people aren't getting much information. They're getting breadcrumbs. And they're only being told what they have to tell when the president, say, moves. Now, when you go from the White House health facilities to the Walter Reed, the old Bethesda Naval facilities, you're going to one of the best places in the world. So is the president going to hand off power, according to the 25th Amendment? He has to do that. It's been used 3 times since 1967. We don't know. But keep in mind that this man is not only the chief executive of the United States and the commander-in-chief of the United States, he's in charge of the nuclear codes. So, if he gets really ill, and I imagine he's going to be as ill as Boris Johnson is or was. And I'm bracing myself for bad news. Now, look, I'm a presidential scholar. I've lived through 14 presidents, and things happen. And a lot of presidents, 4 or 5 have died in office, 4 or 5 have been shot. A number have been shot at. And we can there might be a transition. But I'll tell you this, the presidential race for 2020 is over. His election, or his electioneering is over. I mean, it's going to be up to his surrogates, whoever they are. It's going to be up to Pence to carry the flag from here, but you're not going to see the president waiting anywhere. You might see some very, very finely tuned images. Today, when we saw that little note on his account that he was going to Walter Reed, it was 18 seconds, which is about the shortest discussion he's ever had live that was taped. So I think we're in for a really rough sled here, and I think the national security establishment is greatly affected because he's in a room with these people all the time. And so if you get the COVID multiplier here, you're going to find out that half the people in Washington have been exposed to this. Now they want to, of course, blame the Rose Garden event with Judge Barrett to say that was the big spreader. It may be the big spreader. But this administration, and I know Trump, I know Trump's age, I know his mindset, and I'm actually 2 years older. This crowd doesn't want to wear a mask. It's considered less than manly, and then he sends the signals to the troops that real men and women don't wear masks. Well, actually, as we learned from the Spanish flu in 1918, social distancing and masks would have saved hundreds of thousands of lives, and even then 675,000 Americans died, not to mention 50 million people around the world. So I'm not going to say he knows better. And the thing is that his campaign's over. Now, keep in mind, the bookies in the UK, and I like to follow the bookies as well as the national polls. The bookies in the UK are no longer taking any bets on Donald Trump. The bets are off. So they know his campaign is over. And if he survives, he might get the sympathy vote, and that's fair enough. People tend to rally around the flag, particularly the last 10% who are looking for someone to vote at the last minute. If he dies in office, Joe Biden was president of the United States. Now, Wall Street can live with both these guys, whereas the president has good tax structure. Wall Street likes Biden's got a lot of stimulus coming down the road. So Wall Street, which always regards the White House as a soap opera anyway, can live with anybody.